unlike any other in sport. As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Miami Dolphins. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Sunshine State, it's USF's Marlon Mack.
It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a run with Mack. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Looking deep for Hilton. He's got a man, complete. A big play there for Indy. 41 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now on 2nd and 13, Brissett. And his throw here's incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage.
I don't think either one of us is surprised about who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, already looked his way a couple of times on this opening drive. Can't connect there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Brissett again. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. That's going left, and Prater missed it. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
After the missed kick, they're in really good position. They'll begin this drive at the 39 now.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Balazs. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
61, matchbox, lights.
Hug. You remember me? Let's go.
They run it with Balazs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A Miami first down on a 14-yard pickup. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
Mike 54. Watch twist.
Hey, alert.
Balazs. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That's the receivers that spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Right there. Here we go.
From the 38, Rosen. It's Williams on the catch. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Is that not the very definition of a tough yard gain?
Now, is that one where as the receiver you go to your quarterback and say, why'd you even throw that?
Yeah, I think you do, and I think you wonder what type of a route are you going to send me on that only 1 yard's going to be the result? If I'm going to go in there and take contact, let's go ahead and get something out of it, not just 1 yard.
Now Rosen. It's complete to Williams. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
At the 17-yard line.
Hey, 54, Mike 54.
Let's pick it up.
Now Balazs. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Shift.
Check 52.
Switch.
Alert.
They'll run here with Balazs. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kalen Balazs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they were in field goal range last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Raekwon McMillan able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
get nervous.
He's coming. Double up, double up.
Right there in the middle. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing. Set, go.
To throw is Brissett. And the pressure gets to him again.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. I'm on.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And a key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves them from a 3 and out.
Got it. Mike 55, Mike 55. You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this? Yeah. Check it out, Reed. Let's go.
Brissett on 1st down. Looking for Campbell downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts in drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 25 yards that time. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. It's been a long day for you.
They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. Going for the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Preston Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 1st down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
It's our time. It's our time.
Here's Brissett. He completes this one to Mack. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. From the gun, here's Brissett. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It was Justin Houston, the native of Statesboro, Georgia, with a sack. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They'll run it now out of the gun. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now a handoff here to his running back. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Mike 54. Oh, you got deep? Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
Shift! Watch the shift!
6 guys. Check 6. Quarter. Check 13. Check.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 31-yard line.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rosen, blitz coming And down he goes. Justin Houston, his second sack of the night.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays.
Hey, Wahoo!
58's the money. 58's the money. That's what I do.
From the gun, it's Rosen. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Rosen to the offense with a first and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
45-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the 45 on second down, Rosen, he'll take a shot for the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On second and 11 now. Brissett. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check 52's the money. Check 52. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Out of the gun, Brissett. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. After the interception, here's Rosen. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll make it second down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back.
Check that. Alert.
And he'll give it here to his running back. call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Here's Rosen to throw. And that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Let him know. Let him know. That's it. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Now watch one. Mike,
To throw, Brissett. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Taco Charlton just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Mike's 5'4".
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch.
Rosen will throw. He's airing it out for Williams. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Preston Williams, his second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will extend this big lead. out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll go again here with Mack. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Third down.
One set. Mike 55. Hey, eat. Here we go, D. It's just me.
On third down, Brissett. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Give the sack to Jerome Baker.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. This is taken at about the 14. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 35-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The road to be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now from Colts territory, here's a first and 10 right at the 40. To throw is Rosen. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The linebacker Darius Leonard applied the heat. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
General West. At 58 is the Mike. Go 58 is the Mike. Check.
Here's Rosen. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Lamb. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
A gain of 14 yards. Brings up third down.
Mike 54. Hey, pick your game up. Jack.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kalen Ballage, his second touchdown of the night, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So they went to the ground game on third, hoping to pick up the first. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, third down. They don't care that it's third and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call a running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up because I haven't met an offensive lineman yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk. To come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Let's get it.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
You better bring. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Right there in the middle, 55. Wild Bill, Wild Bill. Check. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. No tank. Spell.
Brissett now. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
This is taken at the 15. The great blocking nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
We always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Going up top. Got a man that's caught inside the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. As his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. We always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis 1st down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
At the 44-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Let's see what you got.
They go right back to Mack. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Brissett. And that will be incomplete.
Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, quarter. Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
Hey, high 7.
I'm coming.
Hey, watch that. Check.
Now Rosen back into his end zone. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. So the defense does their job. They get rid of that 0 on the scoreboard. Now we'll see if their offense can come to play.
Well, that's the way you get things started, right? Score yourself on defense, give the ball back for your offense, and tell them, let's go. We're in the game now.
Taking it about the 16. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Brissett sets to throw it. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jerome Baker able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Back now in Miami. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Colts on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Danny. Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55.
Hey, watch the slant. Go. Mike 55.
Here's Brissett. And he's going to go down again.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Kill. Go. Motion.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
SOS.
Mike 54.
Brissett to throw for it on fourth. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
Mike's 43. Mike's 43.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
You better be afraid of me. Echo. Check Mike. Watch 55. Here we go, G.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
In your heart.
On play action, Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Christian Wilkins breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Colts on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 17.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Raekwon McMillan in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55. I'm coming after you.
Now Brissett on 4th down. Looking deep for Hilton. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
And this will be a touchback. As that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Catch made here by Campbell. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
Ready, ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, here we go.
Get it. Running the sweep, Hilton with it. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 34-yard line.
Set 70, Indy. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Go.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 43.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. I got one. Mike 55, Mike 55.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Caught, it's Wilson. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
55's Mike, guys, 55. Man, I got you.
Yo, go. Shoot.
Back to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
You better be ready next time.
A loss of 14 on the play. It's 2nd down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, Delta. Check 43.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Y'all not ready. Ready.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Set, ready. 18, Gator.
Focus, defense, focus.
Check 49. Check 49.
He'll look to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
He's checking. Crash. Hey, Foxtrot. Look at me.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins' defense is able to hold.
It's a turnover on downs.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Tight right. We got three, fellas. We got 3. Check hot route. Hot. Monday. Middle. Smoke!
The play fake to Balaj. Now Rosen. And this is Parker, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 7.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down.
Stop right there. Hey. We got 3. 3 down. Monday.
Here's Rosen to throw. And going deep for Hill. That's caught at the 25. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. all the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
I got it. Check. 55.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Miami, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Colts, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons. And ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. Knows my dog.